working with the color schemes worksheet. So I have here the worksheet that you're going to be coloring. On the sheet there are 2 color wheels, so you will be coloring the color wheels using colored pencils. So when you go to the colored pencil bin, there will be a color pencil for each color in the color wheel. This way you can speed ahead without having to blend the color pencils. So what I recommend doing is placing these out on your table in color order so that you have them all laid out and won't make a mistake by putting them in the wrong order. So when you lay them out, they should be in the order of the color wheel. You can start with whatever color you want. Just remember to continue around in order. So you're going to have your primary color, your tertiary color, secondary color, and so on all the way around. Working in order will keep you from making mistakes. Otherwise, you're going to have to think about how to jump from one section to the other for your primaries, secondaries, and those intermediate colors. So what I do is I lay them all off to the side in order, and I just start with one color, working my way around. So you can go ahead and start working on this. I'm going to show you a technique to keep your colored pencils nice and neat and your coloring very even and nice looking. Rather than just scribbling away at it, what I recommend you do is to create an outline. So with each color, you can just kind of go over the edge using some pretty good pressure because we want the colors nice and bold. Got a little bit of a restriction here on the side where this camera's being held. So what you want to do, go around the edge to contain your space, and then within the space, then you can scribble back and forth. Even pressure. So try to push the same amount as you work across. You can also do little circles or go straight up and down in one direction. I recommend if you do one direction that you fill in the space and then go back over it, going in another direction to fill in some of the gaps that you might have. This doesn't have to be a full solid color, meaning that you don't have to push super hard so that it's all really, really vibrant. You can keep it a little bit lighter in pressure. But what I don't want to see is a bunch of white. So this is what not to do. Scribbling in all directions. No, do not do that. So outline first to keep your edges nice and clean. Help you stay inside the lines. Once you have your outline, then go in one direction, filling in the space with even pressure, and then flipping the other direction. So you'll be doing the same thing top and bottom to fill in both color wheels. When you're finished, you cut out both sections, left and right, and then I'll show you how to attach them so that we can discuss the color families. Once you have your color wheels cut out, we're going to be putting these into our sketchbook. But let's talk about our 2 color schemes. The first one is complementary colors. These are colors that are opposite of each other on the color wheel. They sit across. What do you think about when you think about things that are opposite? They stand out or contrast when they're next to each other because they're very different. So if we take our color wheel and place our complementary color slip on top, you can see which colors are directly across from each other on the color wheel. Those 2 colors create a color scheme called complementary colors. So as I spin this or rotate it around, you can see that the colors change, but they're still opposite and are very different. So one thing to think about when using complementary colors is that because they're very different, they're going to stand out when they're side by side. So this usually creates a nice contrast and is a good design choice if you want something to stand out. So we'll be using complementary colors in one of our upcoming projects, and you'll be using this tool from your sketchbook to match your complementary colors as you work through the project. So just remember that you spin it, and the colors which are opposite of each other are the complementary colors. Now our other color scheme is analogous colors. These are colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. They create a little family of colors that are similar. They create a sense of harmony when they're placed next to each other, so they look like they belong together. As you see, these analogous colors, it has 4 colors that are shown, very similar, near each other on the color wheel. And as I spin, I'm just subtracting one and adding another, yet those colors still seem to go together into a nice little color family. So our second project that we'll be doing with color schemes, we'll be working with analogous colors. So this is going to be colors that are similar or look like they belong together in a grouping. Both of these color wheels and color scheme wheels will be in your sketchbook, so you'll be able to reference them at any time and kind of help you in choosing which colors go where and which of your color schemes we're working with.